Good evening. Today, we as a team, I'm Lavanya Metaku, she's Anusha, and she's Prasanna. We are going to present our research on printing new skin. Printing new skin is a new technology where we can actually print a new skin which can be placed on burnt areas. Like in army, most of the time soldiers are getting injured and their skin is burned. So in traditional way, we can take the skin from the good part of the body and we can transplant it on the burnt injuries. But with this new technology, the benefit is like where most of the fresh part is burnt, we can use the printing new skin technology. It's something like uh, they take these cells from the victim's body, they put it on they mix it with the nutrient liquid and put it on a uh, put it on a scaffold plastic where it will generate the new skin. This is how the skin is generated. This is the scaffold where the new skin is generated, and this is the roller where the skin generated will be uh, uh, rolled, and it will be generating the exact part of the skin which matches with the victim's body. How does it work? First, a small piece of skin is taken from the patient's body. As I've told you earlier, a small part of the victim's body skin is taken, and from there the cells will be extracted from it, and using a chemical solution, those are separated and replicated on their own in a specialized environment that catalyzes this cell development. uh, After the skin is generated, first a scanner scans the wounded part of the body, first one, and then a first layer is put onto the wounded part, and the third thing is like the topmost layer will be again spread on that. Yeah, the rest of the part will be taken by our teammates. Anusha.
Hello, good evening, everyone. And this will be applied not only for skin. Uh, this research is conducted by Manchester in the United Kingdom, for which in this they are using same cells instead of skin printing. In this, it reduces the scarring, and in that there is no need of drugs for transplantation. And this team is also dealing with the patient's bone marrow and control how they morph. Human liver. A bioprinting company is based from San Diego, is the world la- world first company to produce a printed organ, which is human liver. 2015. They are achieved a thickness of organs 500 microns and have maintained liver tissues in the complete functional state with native behavior for at least 40 days. Blood vessels. In this 3D printing, which will lay down 4 different types of cells at a time. This research has provided the ability to create blood vessels that can feel living tissue. This teaser.
Work in the area of bioprinting, which is the process of taking a normal desktop inkjet printer and you load the cartridges with cells instead of ink. And just using the normal method, just printing out a sheet of paper, you can print out a human tissue instead of ink.
With this new technology, doctors will be able to print skin cells on soldiers and other people with burns.
The Army is interested because burns can account for 10 of if it gains heat or
Might heal a lot faster if their wounds could be covered with new skin cells. But it's not as easy as it sounds.
A wound's going to burn. It's not going to be flat. It's going to have a bunch of jagged areas. And in those jagged areas where the wound is deeper, you need to put a different cell type. So the cell type in the skin that's on the top is not the same that's going to be on the bottom.
They'll need to fill in the wound with two types of skin cells, fibroblasts and keratinocytes.
Fibroblasts are what make up the deep layer.
They load them into inkjet cartridges and then grow them in an incubator. Once they have enough, they load them into inkjet cartridges that have been cleaned and sterilized.
So this is how the skin printer will actually work. This is a patient bed. The print head is going to be mounted in the middle on these tracks, which will allow it to move across the body.
A camera scans the patient's burn and uses a laser to create a 3D map of the wound. Then the computer tells the printer where to start printing and what kind of cells to use.
So this is a normal inkjet printer that we've taken apart and modified for cell printing. We just load the cells right where the ink goes instead of ink. Now here is a regular inkjet cartridge. Now when the printer wants to drop a drop of ink, it simply sends a signal to one of these resistors, which heats up this copper wire, and that causes a bubble to form in the ink, which drops out a drop. That drop is roughly the same size as this cell, and that's how we can get single cell precision.
So the bioprinter drops each type of cell precisely where it needs to go. The wound gets filled in, and then those cells will become new skin.
I've always been
This is very useful technology. Why? Because replacing the skin is very useful, and the total treatment will take 3 to 5 weeks, and it is giving the new life to patient. That's why this is very important, useful and important technology. And the remaining part will be explained by Prasanna.
Hi everyone. The skin is the largest part in our body and a largest organ in our body. So, and if the traditional treatment for the burning of the skins is covering with the wound with the healthy skin, and also that is the so that the skin is taken from the other part of the body, and but this is done in the cases in extensive cases or extensive burn. And medical discovery news are that imagine a patient whose arms are severely burned, and nurses clean these wounds, and then wheel over a mission where laser begins to scan the burn areas. Each cell type is transferred into a separate individual sterile cartridge, just as if you were using a different colors of ink. Then the computer uses a three-dimensional map generated by the laser scan of the wound to guide the printing process. And skin printer looks promising, already successful with the mice. Researchers at the Armed Forces Institute of Regenerative Medicine, working with the Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine, recently announced that they have the success printing skin who one skin onto mice of healed wounds. According to them, the team also successfully mounted a skin printer uh, on onto an assembly that could fit over a hospital bed. And coming to the conclusion, the bioprinting company Organo Experts to Univel, based from San Diego, is the world's first company to produce a printed organ, which is a human liver, in 2015. According to me, this technology, I do not completely agree with this technology, because if there is a necessity for producing a new skin, if it is a infected, if you take the skin from the infected part, then it spoil the whole body, and patient may become unhealthy. So I think the traditional way of producing a skin is necessary. Thank you.
Now, I'll start with a question. If you have any skin question, you ask. Now, fear of infection. I mean, any medicine can make side effects. So, I mean, better to be without skin or with a skin that has risk of infection, but we can take care of the infection. I mean, if you don't agree for the fear or for fear of infection, people can take medicine and get side effects of allergic reaction to any good medicine. So there is no good medicine per se, because every medicine has side effects. So would you rethink and agree to that? Because if somebody has burning, they need they need skin. Any other question?
It depends upon the situation. If burning is a severe, then if there is a necessity for regenerating the skin, then it is necessary. For small cases, there is no necessary for generating any skin.
Don't take this unless it is very necessary. Very good. How would this compare to the skin gun? You remember the skin gun that we saw a couple of weeks ago? Does this same technology or different or something? You remember the skin technology? Skin gun?
Yeah, I think it's
Similar one. Okay. New hope for patients. Thank you very much.